Currently in Lookism, we are experiencing pure greatness. You could even say the last 500 chapters were used to build up all of this right now. That's right, Gun vs everyone and much more. So much insanity that honestly I would say this is the best performance, best showing we've ever had in all of Lookism. Let's get into it. You know shit is about to go down when we get a panel like this, therefore let's enter stage 1, Original Body Daniel Park vs Gun. A clash that you could say truly highlights where Daniel currently sits in the verse, something that gets very clear as he fights everyone throughout this war. The first attack is blocked and the beating begins, but Daniel, as we know, was trained by Gun himself, learning what it takes to defeat someone stronger than yourself. But Gun, as we will see shortly, is still levels above Daniel, while still recognizing that his student needs to be considered strong now, being able to actually push Gun into his excitement stage, something not a lot of characters can actually do. But Daniel realizes that his only chance to really defeat this monster is to use another person's technique, one that Gun didn't teach him or has knowledge of, while also thinking further ahead to include a feint in the next attack, which worked very well as we see here. Yep, little Daniel is down and defeated. Stage 1 goes to Gun with his first dub. Stage 2 is where Gun fights the various goons of the workers, or I should say an army of them. This is where we get pure destruction. Bro is literally farming them at this point. Even cars can't stop this beast. Likewise with the arrival of any of the other goons. Gun pretty much cleared stage 2 without any notable damage once again. Bringing us to stage 3, resulting in the arrival of his excitement right away. Gun now has to face Hostile, Big Deal, the top fighters of the workers, the one member of God Dog, Vasco and Zack, who have all grown to new levels currently, requiring us to get this revealed. The reason for Gun's insane strength throughout the series and why he could be the strongest character in all of Lookism. So we have the 10 geniuses that were selected by Elite. We learn here that Gun is the genius of training, something that could be gathered as we've seen him do throughout the series, training and being involved with many characters. But more importantly, this is something that works on himself, bringing, as I said before, a strong argument for why Gun could be considered the current strongest, or with this ability has the potential to be as such, alongside, of course, what he does next. He proceeds to land monstrous blows and even tanks one after another from the others who need to rely on insane teamwork to even get a chance, taking a beating and pretty crazy combos which would probably defeat most other fighters in Lookism, but as we see here, Gun is simply built different. Each person he takes an attack from results in him landing his own one back. At this point, calling him a monster may not be enough, we need something new. All of these guys need to work as a team just to land a few attacks, and on top of that, they're not even here just to defeat Gun. They just need to keep him away from this red paper, which upon them trying to escape brings us to stage 4, Serious Gun with killer intent, resulting in the start of his domination once again, while also chasing after the red paper the second he gets a chance, highlighting his insane speed as bro literally teleports. But the teamwork is still giving them a chance, but Gun is just honestly too smooth with it, acquiring the paper without them even realizing, bringing us to this. But Gun is not exactly messing around at all, as mentioned the kill intent, but is actually starting to take damage throughout these fights, and even something major. The workers, while giving it their all, succeeded in breaking one of Gun's arms as their final showing before being defeated, a sacrifice for the next fight. Gun still has to defeat the leaders of the other crews created by him and characters who were greatly impacted by Gun throughout the series, and all can be considered monsters in their own right now. But that's not enough. Even while losing his arm, he remains in the fight. The crew heads are giving it their all and providing giving Gun with a pretty insane beating, so much so that it's clear that damage is starting to build up on him. Therefore, all Bro needs to do to survive and win this is lock in and crush everyone in his own way, leaving us with stage 5, Gun vs Johan. Two fighters who only need themselves to be considered top tier, and now he has temporary full sight, meaning it's time to finally see what full power Johan can really do. Shocking Gun for the first time in this war, we now see who the top dog is, the strongest to face Gun thus far, making him even think for the first time that he is losing against the one up there with the most potential in the entire series and skill to actually outplay Gun to land this followed by this. Claiming victory, well, almost. Gun is still conscious and wants to enjoy the fight, revealing that Johan is indeed the best, at least since he faced Big Daniel in the past, but the monster remains and even attacks with his broken arm now, claiming the advantage, but then something happens yet again, proving Johan is pretty much beyond most other characters. He proceeds to evolve, proving he is indeed the best and leaving Gun with critical damage, but Bro is too much of a tank and out-sustains him to conclude and win that fight, while making it clear once again that Johan was without a doubt number 1. But that's not the end for Gun. Samuel is still here and reminds Gun of Gu's previous offer, bringing us to stage 6. Before that, if you haven't already, subscribe for more Lookism content, make sure to leave a like and check out the previous video going over my thoughts on the entire Lookism story. So Gun tells Gu to keep the promise we made to kill each other. Thus, this is what we're getting next. That's right, Gun vs Gu to the death. The genius of weapons has already arrived with his sword ready to slay Gun. Therefore, will this actually be the defeat and death of Gun in the Lookism story? Even though he's my favourite character, it's sad to say, but that could very well be a possibility. Throughout the series, it's been shown and implied that Gu and Gun are virtually relative to one another. There's been some implications and hints that Gu may be stronger, which could be naturally assumed with the use of a weapon, particularly when he has his sword, resulting in the strongest form of him. But the most important aspect is the injuries Gun has already sustained. His arm was broken in around the middle of the war. Even though he showed the ability to still use it, it is indeed broken. His face is absolutely destroyed, one of his eyes probably isn't working, and all the other damage he's sustained is definitely major. But even with all that said, this fight being close is probably going to be a guarantee, so I would love to hear your thoughts on what you believe the outcome is going to be down below. Alongside that, it seems like we're going to be seeing Big Daniel fighting Elite around the same time, which is pretty wild to think about. If Big Daniel does unleash, his Ultra Instinct state, that might be ripped to Elite, as so far, narratively speaking, Gun should be above Elite and is more so the muscle for him, with Gun even making comparisons to the Johan that was going crazy in their fight to Big Daniel from the past, not the monstrous version that we've seen in more recent arcs. So we could have crazy battles occurring very soon, alongside Tom Lee about to go to work against these guys as well. So in short, current Lookism is absolutely going in, with there always being a possibility that other key characters could finally be making a move and having an important role in the current arc, so who knows what's going to happen next. If you haven't already, check out the official part of the channel with a 10% discount code found in the description for all you Mad Lads, and of course shout out to the actual Mad Lads, the members of the channel. Thanks for watching, that's it guys, peace.